took us completely out of their search engine for no justifiable reason. They made up a fake technical reason that didn't exist, by the way, in order to justify it, but we exposed them for their lies. And now, that was a couple months ago. Now Google is censoring not just conservative independent voices, and I'm not strictly a conservative independent voice, by the way. I'm more libertarian, but they're censoring conservatives. They're censoring also progressive voices. They've started censoring Alternet, which is sort of a left-leaning website. They've been censoring Democracy Now!, which is very much a progressive type of site. There's a bunch of them. I don't know who all is being censored, but basically it's anybody who is anti-establishment. So whether you're on the left of the spectrum or on the right, or just an independent voice, you are being censored heavily. And Google which is a front for the CIA and the NSA, by the way, they're going all in for just the corporate-run media, which is fake news. I mean, every mainstream media organization gets a memo each morning. The memo tells them exactly what to say, exactly which words to use. For example, when Trump was visiting Hurricane Harvey victims in Houston, the next day, every news organization said that Trump lacked empathy. Well, that word empathy was given to them in a memo, and there's a daily memo that tells all these organizations exactly what to say. It is, in essence, anti-America media. It's globalist media run by a group of globalists who craft a message each day and tell all the organizations to use this language. So whether it's New York Times, Washington Post, MSNBC, NPR, Yahoo News, any of them, they're all fake news, CNN, and they're all repeating the same lies that have been engineered and scripted for them every day. They're fake news. The only real news in America today, real journalism, is independent media. And I'm one of the pioneers of independent media, and there are many, many others. There are many independent media websites that are doing fantastic work, and all over the political spectrum. Now, I created a website called censored.news that collects all the real-time headlines, updated every few minutes, by the way, from the most censored websites on the internet, which include websites like the National Sentinel, Daily Sheeple, Activist Post, SGT Report, plus Natural News, News Target, and a bunch of others. We are all heavily, heavily censored. So if you want to bypass Google, which is a good idea, go to censored.news. But back to my main point here, something major is being planned. Something huge. Now, I've talked about how Donald Trump was going to be blamed for the global market collapse or debt collapse that is in the works. It can't be avoided forever. It's going to happen, and they've got the perfect scapegoat now in the White House, Donald Trump, to blame for it all. And by the way, I predicted this immediately after his election. After he won last year, I published a couple of pieces, I believe, on Natural News and a couple of podcasts that said Donald Trump is going to be blamed for the market collapse, the market crash, that the globalists would conspire to make sure that the system crashed while he's in the White House, and then they can blame him. And to some extent, Trump himself has fallen for that trap by taking credit for the rising stock market that has happened since he took office. It's gone up like, 30% or some insane amount, since he was inaugurated. It's a huge amount. But the trap is then that you can't get out of being blamed for the downturn when that happens as well. So this is all a trap. And Trump is walking right into this trap, unfortunately for him. Now, and I don't think the trap was unavoidable, but look, that's just one thing. There are a lot of Christians out there who are paying attention now to Bible prophecy. A lot of end times predictions and signs in the heavens, and like the total eclipse that recently happened, earthquakes and floods, and biblical level stuff happening, like the Houston Hurricane Harvey thing. 1,000-year flood it's being called now. 1,000 years. Well, that's pretty biblical. But a lot of people who follow the end times, and I'm not saying that I'm not an expert in this area, and I'm not endorsing this conclusion. I'm just telling you what's popular out there is that something they say will happen on September 23rd. 923, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the stars, constellations, Bible prophecy. I'm really not exactly sure. I'm kind of intrigued to look into it a little more and find out what people are so excited about. But everybody's saying, well, not everybody, lots of people are saying that 923 is the day. But I did see this one online preacher who said, but in the Jewish calendar system, 923 is actually what we would call the night of September 23rd through the day of September 24th. So according to this person, 923 actually means what we call 924. So anyway, who knows? But the point is that a lot of people believe something weird is, or make.
Hold on, my computer's stuttering. Give me just a second. Stutter, stutter. You gotta love computers, dude.
You're doing old school, bro. With a desktop.
That's because I'm fucking old school, brother. What do you want? What do you want from the crazy? Damn. Everybody's a hater.
I actually hooked up a computer on my TV, just on the main control on the screen. I hooked it all to my TV, so I can work my TV and do the things I need to do.
Wow. He just totally went in and out. That's crazy.
So did.
Hold on.
It's getting censored. That's what it is. Just like you talked about.
It's being censored, those bitches. Alright, hold on.
He has a good point in his statement. The whole biblical thing, I'm a God-fearing man, but if the stock market crash, the only way that would happen is if they do this uprising, they stop economic cities. Imports and exports are not going to be moving. Economically, that would hurt the government.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay, so look, I think what's really going wrong is people don't really understand what's trying to be done. I don't think they really get it. I don't think that they understand that our country is they are attempting to control our country. And now they said September 23rd of 2018. That's what they're talking about, because he did that whole little thing in October 18th. But you guys got to understand, I'm not sold on any kind of end of times stuff. But it doesn't hurt to protect yourself. It doesn't hurt to be careful. It doesn't hurt. I think a lot of these guys don't get that the whole idea is the more they have, the less you have. So they really don't give a shit about you.
No. What's that old military adage that you always get told, stay alert, stay alive?
Yeah.
There you go. Plain and simple. Even if it's something that you don't think is that serious, you never know until it happens.
Right.
It's like, any number of things, car wrecks, falling or hurt, break your arm, all that shit, it all ties into it. And if you look at it in that aspect, at least you're being cognitive of your surroundings and, what's going around in the country, and you're able to, adjust or change things in your life that will help you out in the long run.
Yeah, and all my fellow veterans and all my friends and family, they need to be careful with themselves. My mom lives with a retired police officer, so I don't have a lot to worry about there. I think they're good. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to walk in that house. And they live in Chardon, dude. So, they live in Chardon, Ohio.
Where at?
Chardon, Ohio.
Charmin?
Chardon.
Chardon.
Yeah, like right outside of Cleveland. It's outside of Menor, Ohio. You know where Menor's at, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's outside of Menor, Ohio. About 20 minutes outside of town.
I've been up that way.
Yeah, it's got like Painesville, and then you go south, and then you hit Chardon, Ohio. It's got some, it's Amish country out there, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
You go to south, and you're running into the east of Chardon, and then you got, holy shit, what was it? Mansfield.
Yep.
They actually filmed, I'm going to do this one, they actually filmed Shawshank Redemption in that prison.
Oh, did they really? In Mansfield?
Yep. They filmed Shawshank Redemption in Maysville at that prison. But actually, I just found out too that through a vet news line that I get an email from, I guess Stallone's doing another movie called The Escape Plan, like he just did with that first one. He's doing another one, and they're filming it in that prison.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool shit. But let's take a moment to laugh, okay? This is about men and women.
Oh shit.
This is Jody Miller. She's a stand-up comedian.
What's your name?
Jody.
Jody, nice to meet you. I'm Nick. What are you going to do for us today?
I'm going to do a little comedy.
Oh.
I'm Jody Miller. I'm 42 years old, and I'm a comedian. Ever since I was a kid, I've been embarrassing myself and other people. So obviously comedy is the perfect choice. I've been doing comedy, stand-up comedy, for over 16 years, which when I say it out loud sounds like a really long time. I've been performing in bars and comedy clubs, but there's a lot of people out there doing comedy. I travel a lot. I've never gotten married. I don't have kids. I don't own my own house.
Is this paying the bills for you right now?
Well, no.
It's the day job.
The day job, I deliver groceries. I'm barely making a living. There's been a lot of months where turkey hot dogs are what I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is definitely the biggest opportunity I've ever had. It's massive. I mean, I am performing for all of America. The thing I'm really nervous about is walking from backstage to right in front of the judges without tripping. I could easily Jennifer Lawrence it all over that stage.
So they clapping for you. Go get them. Have fun out there.
Oh, she's a comedian.
Hello. Hi. What is your name?
My name is Jody Miller.
Jody, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And what will you be doing for us today?
Hopefully making you laugh. I'm a comedian.
I knew it. When you walked on, I said, I hope she's a comedian. And yes, you are.
You are a genius.
I am.
You are a genius. Thank you.
I am. I know I am. I said I am.
Do you make a living being a comedian?
I would love to say yes. I do not. I have several other jobs.
And what do you do?
I deliver groceries to other people that can afford to pay me to deliver their groceries.
Okay.
So now I know that there are 7 different types of figs that wealthy people eat.
Well, I wish you good luck.
Okay.
And I hope you're going to make us all laugh.
There we go. No pressure there. Okay. So it's a huge misconception that guys are like dogs and women are like cats. We have it backwards, okay? Guys, you're like cats. You're aloof and emotionally unavailable. Women are exactly like dogs. We're exactly like dogs. We're like, hey, where you going? 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 Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? I'm gonna wait right here. 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 I'm gonna choose.
That's great.
See, guys, you're like cats. You're like, oh, you're home. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna feed me. Then I'm gonna stare out the window at nothing. Then I'm gonna pass out in the bathroom. Deal? Do we have a deal? Women are like dogs. We clean up after ourselves, right, ladies? You ever seen a dog vomit? Eats it right back up. Yeah, usually does it in private. Eats it up, no evidence. You don't even know what's happened. Guys, you're like cats. You'll just puke anywhere and make a huge scene about it. And then you're like, oh my God, can you clean that up? It's so gross. I don't want to touch it. I know.